Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Pursuit Live. I'm your producer, Chris. Joining me, as always, is your creator and co host, Mr. Dave Hawkins.
What's up, killers? What's going on?
All right, and I think we got a fun episode tonight. Nothing crazy planned. So as Dave always says, it pays to tune in.
That's
and
right.
we want to kind of tip the hat a little bit. There's gonna be some good stuff tonight. So what do you think, Dave? You just want to dive into this a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know. You got me confused. You're very calm and reserved this evening. What's going on?
Well, I've only had 2 drinks so far. It's been a very stressful week. So,
All right. What are we sipping on?
well, let's see. The first 2 were 1792 Sweet Wheat, then Michter's 10-year, and now it's a little bit of Eagle Rare 10-year.
There you go. An Eagle Rare is good. I like that one. That was the one we had at American Outdoor Show, right?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Well, I think everybody can probably feel the vibe tonight. We did have a guest scheduled like we always do, but again, with a live show and everybody busy this time of year, it's summertime. Little conflict of schedule, but that's all right. So you're stuck with me, Chris. I think we got John in the background somewhere in the studio, right?
Oh, yeah. What's up, brothers?
So
yeah. So I think we're gonna have a little bit of fun tonight. All right.
let's take it back to our roots when we started this.
This is it. So, all right. So we do have a couple things to kind of talk about. We wanted to recap this last season. So we kind of dove right into season 2 or season 3 without really a break. So tonight's actually a good night where we can kind of recap the last 30 weeks, the last 30 episodes of Pursuit Live, and kind of give you guys a little hint what's going on for this season, for season 3. I don't know, where should we start, Dave?
I don't know. I mean, there's so much. I mean, as far as like, I get people talking to me now, sending me messages, or like even like family members, like, "Oh wow, you're still doing this crazy thing you started out doing, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah," but it's it's turned into a whole new journey now with the podcast and the show and everything. And I guess it just comes down to how much fun it really is, and it's something we had no intentions, at least I did, had no intentions of, being down this path at all.
No.
So it just, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
I mean, it's actually, for anybody that doesn't know this, I'm sure, I mean, we've told it a couple times. So, I mean, the whole story of how this really got started was I happened to be out drinking with John and a couple boys from the NYPD. We were out at a cigar bar. And yeah, I forget who you were on with at the time. It might have been Vince, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it might have been Vince from AFCO, or just one of those random lives I would just do. Like in the beginning, it would just be myself out here at the workbench,
I forget
none of this.
But I hit the wrong button mistakenly, and yeah, no, I all of a sudden was on the live, sitting there smoking a cigar, drinking bourbon, and
yeah, like, what are these guys doing?
Hey, well, great show, guys. I just wanted to say keep it up. And then from there on, Dave and I we just started kind of making it a random thing, sitting there talking hunting during the week, and it was really sporadic. And then other people started joining in. We just started keeping the conversation going, and all of a sudden now we're sitting down on Friday nights having a few drinks and shooting the shit about hunting. And after that, I mean, the rest is history. It just kind of formalized from there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that kind of gives us a good starting point, at least for tonight. Look at the event we just did. We were just in New Jersey. Mike Nitre of Boondocks Hunting and his whole team. They set up that second annual archery shoot, barbecue, and so it's, I guess, considered a meet and greet.
Keep the barbecue on the DL.
Oh yeah. That's a funny story. I got good videos of that actually. But I mean, to touch on the point of, now that we're getting into this a couple seasons down the road, without a doubt, the connections that you make over time from doing this, it's awesome. Guys that we would have never met or encountered, we're actually starting to get to meet them and hang out like in person at different events, instead of just like on the computer here, which, it's nice to actually hang out in person. It's great to hang out every week over the computer, but to do something like the archery shoot or anything that we've done, he hosted a game dinner we went there as well. There's been a couple events, and that's definitely going to keep happening more frequently. Obviously with us up in the Northeast, there's a bunch of crews that are pretty local, but with enough planning, certain events, let's say like Great American Outdoor Show, I know for a fact that's something that's on our radar where we could all kind of pick one hotel. We kind of coordinate in advance when we all want to meet up. And it's a great way for everybody, honestly, just to hang out, shoot the shit. And then, but it's all about also at the end of the day, if you have a brand, if you have a group, kind of help self-promote each other and we grow together. That's been the biggest part of it. I've seen the growth that we've all seen probably in the past year or so I think it's been great for everybody.
I would definitely have to agree, Dave. I think I remember when Dave and I first started talking, and when this kind of brings me back to, when I first really was getting back into social media and getting, kind of sharing my adventures. I remember when I hit 300 followers, and I thought that was an accomplishment, and I was like, wow, this is like, strangers actually want to see what I'm doing and they care, exactly. Care what I have to say. Like, this is cool. And if I would have, thought, what are we going on 3 years later from that point, it's right. Like, damn, like from that point of just being some Yahoo out in the woods, hunting and fishing to now we've been labeled as professionals, legends, and honorable gentlemen who it's an honor to meet.
We clean up pretty good on camera, I guess. Anybody that knows me when I'm off camera, I'm a little I like to have my fun, but we keep it respectful here. We like to have our fun on camera. But no,
I'll tell you this. I guess we clean up okay off camera too. I got a funny story that happened to me earlier this week.
It's going. Yeah, share that.
So I was walking back from my project office over to one of my sites, and this is a great time to mention I'm an engineer.
There we go. Once per show is good. That's all right.
So I was walking from my office back to the job site, and this other, there's a couple other construction projects in the area. It's New York City. There's construction everywhere. So, but a guy stops me on the street corner. He's like, "Hey, wait a second. Hold up. You're the only bows guy, right? You're the bow hunter?" I was like,
"Who's asking?"
Excuse me, what?
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, I seen you sitting in your truck, and I saw the sticker on the back of your truck. I recognize you, man. Like I think I follow you on Instagram. Like, what's going on?" I'm like, "Holy shit! Like, hey, it's always nice to meet a fan."
Yeah.
And it turns out he's a safety guy on a buildings job right around the corner from my office, and I happened to see him on the street. He recognized me, and it was nice to sit and talk to him for a minute. He he lives up in closer to me. He's a big time bow hunter. He just got into it recently, but he's all in, and it was definitely a different experience being recognized on the street, especially like in my work. I don't look like this. I got my my vest on. Right. My hair is a mess from wearing a hard hat all day. I look super stressed out because I am.
Yeah.
So so yeah, if you would have asked me when I first started this, if I would have thought that was going to happen, I would have thought you were nuts. But
right. And I'm just sitting here, like I'm looking, like as I'm listening to you speak, I'm looking at like the background I have now, as the setting here in my garage, and I look back at some of the earlier videos, and it's literally like either my bow hanging, and then like an Only Bows t-shirt comes into the mix, and a Mountain Man t-shirt. And like, without a doubt, anybody that I have back, I wish I had more room. Like, I am so, and we both are, we're both super grateful of everybody that has contributed like in any way for our growth, whether it's the show, our brands individually, like everybody up there that I've done hat swaps with, or I've bought a hat, anything like that. It truly is every step, every little contribution that everybody, even just tuning in tonight. Like, we don't have a guest tonight, but you guys are taking the time, giving us a little bit of your time, sharing it with us. It all really does help. And that's why every show we make it a point to emphasize that. We're not trying to be repetitive, but it's truly, we notice who's there for us. We know who's been helping us out, and we just can't say thank you enough. So, it's I think something we actually haven't talked about tonight would be a good night to talk about it. Both your brand and my brand now were officially trademarked, which is something that's not necessarily easily done or accomplished. It can be. It takes time. You're literally working with the U.S. government, a branch of the U.S. government, the financial cost of it. So that's why when we say, like, look, all these purchases, like if you purchase a hat from me, 9 times out of 10, that's going right into the pot towards something like that, or it's going to the next show maybe that we want to go to. This isn't funding my Nashville extravaganza. I wish it could. It all stays like within the brand. And to actually, at this point, both of us have a trademark brand at this point because of all the help from everybody else. Thank you. I think it's pretty cool. I've never had a brand before. Have you?
No, I mean, I had the Sharp Stick, but it wasn't a real brand. And I do want to everybody be cool. My boss is watching now, so.
All right.
I had a brand one time, just in my fraternity, though.
Yeah,
I did have a brand, and it's not the kind of brand that that you earn. It's the kind of brand you live up to.
Oh, okay.
Just saying, Yellowstone forever.
Burns a little bit. You always got a place on the ranch. Okay.
But no, to your point, Dave, it's I like telling people that we don't make money doing this. We lose money. We really do. Everything that we do here actually costs us money, and
that is true.
Probably more than we'd care to talk about. But we do it because everybody, you guys support us. Everybody that just tunes in. This is the reason why we started doing it, and this is the reason why we'll keep doing it. So we, to keep it short, we appreciate everybody that tunes in every week, everybody that participates. Social media is free. It doesn't cost a dime to support somebody, and that's something that Dave and I try to do for everybody that we know. This is a small community. Let's face it. The hunting community, the outdoor community as a whole is constantly under attack, if you will. Yeah. And now more than ever, we all need to kind of band together and stop, pushing people away, pushing, we need to bring as many people in. We need to get people a part of this conversation. And this is part of it, and that's what that's the point is we thank you for being a part of the conversation. We thank you for being, supporters of us, because everything that we do, we're doing for the outdoor community. We don't, again, we don't make money doing this. We're not looking to make money doing this. We do it because we love to do it. And as Dave mentioned, Only Bows is now trademarked. So just putting everybody on notice. Don't use the word Only Bows.
It is a very catchy logo. It's a very catchy slogan. Obviously, the built-in joke behind it as well. It's definitely eye-catching. But yeah, for what it's worth, between the combination of Only Bows, we will ask help for that. If you see anybody using any combination of Only Bows, or for myself, anything like Urban Pursuit, Hunt Local is even under my trademark. So again, we're not looking to cause chaos, but we paid for it. We put the time in. That's the biggest thing. We put the time, we put the money into it, into investing not only the financial part of it, but building the brand itself to where it's at now. Whatever level we're at, I'm happy to be there, because again, it's just something never would have thought it would be where we're at right now, and we're having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. So what do you say? You think it's time to give back?
I think so. I think like we say it all the time, enough about us. Let's give something back to these awesome viewers. I think so.
All right. So
tune in.
So look, we were talking this week. I have had the giveaway bucket since last year, and it's still got a lot of shit in it. So we are going to do some giveaways tonight. If you haven't already, tell your friends. Now's the time to join in, because we got a bunch of stuff. It's some random stuff, and we're going to be giving away a lot. There's going to be a lot of winners tonight. There's going to be some happy people, and my postal bill is probably going to go up, but whatever. It is what it is.
That's it.
So what do you want to give away first here, John? I'll let you pick the first prize.
What's the bucket we got? Let's do a pink Sitka hat.
Well, it's the hat and shirt combo.
Oh,
all right. So here you go. Here's the first.
The Superior camo.
We're going to get, everybody knows how I feel about solids. And originally I had intended this for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But we do have a Huck shirt, hook, excuse me,
Hook tour.
hook tour shirt
I had to throw it in there.
and a Sitka hat, both in salmon, not
Mm.
pink.
Mm.
So right now, take a screenshot of the chat, send it to the Only Bows page, and type Sitka1. And after the show, we're gonna write everything down. We might come back on live after the show, and we'll get everything rolling here for the giveaways, and we'll pick the winners live right after the show. So right now, take a screenshot, type in Sitka1, send it to the Only Bows page, and we'll get you in. I know there's a couple people sitting on Facebook right now, so I think it's Eon and Mike. If you guys just want to text me directly, because I know both of you have my number. There you go, and you'll be entered to win.
No excuses. No, oh, I can't afford Sitka. Well,
Here you go. It's Sitka for free.
yeah.
Silver Lake Tactical. Thanks, buddy. Thank you for the message, and enjoy your date night. Thanks for tuning in, Quick.
Vito, thanks. Enjoy, brother. All right, how about this? I'll tell you this. Anybody that wants to stay in, now's another good point for me to say, well, I happen to be a Sitka Pro. Ooh, I'm a Sitka Pro.
Only bougie.
I have
Mm.
4
Mm.
one-time use, 40% off codes
You can buy a sock.
for Sitka. All right. So if anybody's interested in Sitka gear later in the show, we will be giving away a code for 40% off anything you want on the Sitka website. One-time use only.
Can you combine them, make that 80% off?
No, you can't.
All right. Just say now we're talking. Either way, 40%. That's awesome.
You think I'd give that away, dude?
That's good to say. That's damn good. No, that's awesome. That's legit. 40% off. That's legit.
So there you go. All right. So Sitka 1 screenshot. You'll be in it for the salmon hook shirt and Sitka hat.
Well, being that it is mainly a hunting show, where you at for this season, my man? You got cameras up.
Well, I'm hoping.
I know
to
you're
get
busy with work.
Well, if Joe's still watching, I gotta try to go in tomorrow. I know he's not gonna like hearing that, but I might have to go in for a little bit tomorrow.
All right.
However, Sunday, since last Sunday I was called into work, Sunday I'm gonna take for me, and me and John are gonna get out there. We're gonna try and get some cameras up. I got to put the Hodag rope out in front of one of the cameras. We got some work to do here at Only Bows. It's getting late in the season. It's the weather's supposed to be nice, so
Yeah.
that's the plan.
A little Moultrie action.
Oh, Moultrie! A little shout out to Moultrie real quick. We are going to get out there and hang our Edge and Edge 2 cameras right over some of our hot spots.
We're gonna
Nice.
be
We will be edging technically.
There you go. I mean, you got time. I mean, it's definitely Whitetail 101 definitely has been preaching this recently because of the timing of the year. Like, you don't want to be that August pressure. That comes directly from him and his page. Like, you do want to try and be like established, like myself. Like, I'm getting ready. I got to go out and hang one of my pre-hung sets, my XLP stand and sticks. Same spot I've been putting it on. I know it's a heavily traveled corridor at this point. It's basically on a bench, maybe about 60 yards below a hiking trail. But just because of the natural grade, the deer just skirt that bench right there.
Yeah.
Because they're not really visible from above. They got good cover down below. And I'm at like that bottom third, basically where it transitions from, which I know is bedding because I just, from over the years of hunting it, they come out of thick stuff. They kind of work their way up, kind of browse their way up, and then they hop on this bench. And once they get on that, they got a good travel run, beating down to the ground pretty good east to west. So going to get that stand hung. I still have a whole nother hang-on set and sticks that I ended up, I got it for like 50% off. It was a Muddy Boss XL with the sticks and everything, 50% off. I was just on, I think, Amazon one day. I'm like, God, it's too good to pass up. So the tricky part now is I really don't have necessarily a location for that. I have an idea where I want to put it, but to the point of trying to get in and out of the woods as soon as possible, as far as the season goes, I kind of got to do that by next weekend almost. I don't want to be pushing late August, early September, still kind of traipsing around trying to find a spot. If it's during the season and I'm with my saddle and I'm walking around, that's different. But I want these things locked in, cabled up, spray it down with my scent assassin, good to go as soon as possible.
Now, I do got to ask you this: Are there and Chad had the same question? Are there are we talking 12 kilovolts, 62 kilovolt high tension running through this area? What are we
No,
talking
this is my dedicated full public land swamp area. It's basically in one area you got real dense cedar swamp bog scenario with like a salty marsh.
So we're talking like 680, 620, 480 step down.
Yeah, exactly. I am going to make a conscious effort anytime I can. I will try and get back to that phone pole. The difference this time, I'll be in my saddle probably.
That will make the difference.
I would love to drop something from that damn phone pole.
Dude,
I'm putting a sticker on that phone. I'm tagging it up.
I don't care if you drop a doe out of that. I know I ride you, but I'm rooting for you.
I think it has to happen, man. For anybody, if you haven't heard this by now, I don't know how you haven't. Just to kind of, since we're in recap mode, last season, basically what I like to do is I meet up with my dad every afternoon. And we just, we bounce around to different public land spots. He hops in the truck or he drives, whatever. And I'm looking through the map. I'm like, you know what? Let's try here for the afternoon. For him, he doesn't go hunting as much as I do. I'm definitely a little bit more hardcore about it, but it's a great way for us. We spend the afternoon together. We're hunting. The tricky part with the later in the season, all these spots, they've been hunted so heavily. It gets a little tricky just to try and get it done in one random afternoon, especially in a new spot. But after doing that for 2 years now, obviously with onX and everything else, he's starting to learn a few spots where he might actually venture off on his own this year. But this was just an overgrown field, tick city, essentially. So you kind of want to stay on the main path. And late season, I really wasn't expecting much. I came across a real heavy run. It was still fresh, like down to the mud. So I'm like, all right, that's good. I had fresh droppings in the area. Fresh rubs, at least from that season. Again, rubs are kind of misleading. You really can't live and die by a rub. But the combination of the heavy trail, fresh droppings, buck sign from this season, at least, I'm like, you know what? Let me kind of just set up shop here. It was getting a little late in the afternoon. Had my climber with me, and really nothing. There wasn't like a climbing tree stand scenario, let's say. Like everything was kind of real short and low. And I happened to just look up. I'm like, all right, well, there's power lines here. So if there's power lines here, there's poles here. And I found the closest pole to that run. I was about 15 yards off. I was able to go up as high as I wanted to. I went up like 20 feet and I just set up shop. And for some reason, I'm like, you know what? I should take a video of this and take like a selfie picture hanging from the pole. And the video was just basically me. And then I looked up and like another 15, 20 feet up was some power lines going right over me. And then I had to try. I think I sent it to you. I had the train blasting through the field and everything. I'm like, this is very Long Island suburban hunting. But hey, the deer come through there. It just didn't happen that night.
All right. So I guess, what do you think? You want to, now that we're talking preseason prep here, you want to get into a little bit of the giveaway here, since we got a ton of stuff.
Yeah. You talking about my giveaway? You want to do something else?
That's up to you if you want to get into yours.
Yeah, why don't we touch on that? Because I'm actually late on that anyway. So a couple weeks ago, if anybody that's on my page for the past couple seasons, I happen to really enjoy this product. The product is called the Hodag Scent Rope System. That's the name of the company. This company is very unique. They have a lot of different products. I think they've actually seen an uptick in growth and popularity this past season. They have the scent rope system. They have a licking branch, all different products. If you're interested with them, I'm not affiliated with them. I don't work with them at all. It's just a product that I've seen it work. So that's why when I see something work for myself, I feel comfortable talking about it. Not really a promotion, just kind of sharing the knowledge. So I have essentially a mock-up one here. It's basically a hemp rope. And what this is going to mimic is essentially a vine hanging in the woods. And what the deer like to do on a heavily traveled area is they will rub their nose, their preorbital glands. They'll actually chew on the vine. And all that's doing, it's basically a way of communicating deer to deer. It doesn't matter if it's a big mature buck, a doe, a fawn, anything. Deer just essentially communicating through their sense of smell, essentially. So you want to find a nice, heavily traveled run, set this up. Preferably if there's a natural scrape there, that's even ideal. You just got to be careful with your scent. A lot of guys, what they'll do, including myself, is this rope will be set up over a mock scrape after I find a heavily traveled area. And it really is a great way to pattern deer in combination with like your multi-cell cameras at that point. You're not invasive. And it just, you're gonna pull deer in the near area, and you'll see what you got. And basically, after you set this rope up, you put whatever pre-orbital gland, whatever mock scrape lure you want to use. But I definitely recommend using, to start, their all-season scent from Hodag. That's basically the first time this rope gets used. I highly recommend using it. It just absorbs very well into the hemp rope, and the smell lasts for a while. So it gives the deer a chance to get there. But once you have deer on camera interacting with that rope, do not touch it. And I'm very adamant about that. If you really want to add anything else, you better go in with rubber boots, your rubber gloves on, preferably after it just rained, or even if it just started to rain. You don't want any human scent in that area. Otherwise, you'll mess it up.
Let it be.
Right.
If they're interacting with it, let nature take its course.
100%. I'm fully on board with that, because once you have that rope established and the deer are using it, it doesn't get more authentic than that, essentially.
Can you smoke it?
The hemp rope?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to reach out and get the MSDS on what the rope is, but it might get you where you got to go. I don't know.
Well, I mean, listen, you're talking to a couple safety professionals. We might be able to help you out with that. As a matter of fact, Alex, this would be a perfect opportunity for you as an EHS professional to get us the SDS on hemp rope.
Shout out
I'm sure it's a little proprietary blend for Hodag. But anyway, the skinny version is, let's get to it. This was the mock-up one for the giveaway. It was through the post. Everybody had to follow the rules. I'm going to send them a full kit. You can actually get a couple setups out of this package, and it comes with the all-season scent. So I have a total. I was hoping for a few more, but that's all right. I only have 11 entries at the moment. So what we're going to do is, it looks like Chris has his wheels set up for numbers 1 through 11, and whichever number it lands on, that's going to be the winner.
All right, you ready?
Do we do a test spin? I always feel like the test spins get...
Nope.
Let it ride. I did say SDS.
Well, it's number 11.
Is it really? All right. Don't know this. It seems like a new follower, but I did check out the page, and I think it's either her husband. There's quite a big deer hunter down South Virginia, Chicken Mama.
Say what up, John.
Yo, what's up?
In case anybody thought I was just sitting here drinking alone.
What's up, Johnny? All right, so number 11. Very cool. All right, I will reach out to her. Thank you for entering. Thank you for following along. That was one of the entry requirements, so we appreciate it. Yeah, that's one thing. You ever reach that point where it feels awkward talking about followers or anything like that? Even though we know we're not doing this for followers, but it is such a crucial part of growth with a brand. It's such a fine line. And and the second question is, you hear everybody saying, it's such a saturated market. Everybody's got a podcast. Everybody's doing something hunting related. And I'm kind of like, well, yeah, so what? What's the big deal?
Not for nothing. Who was doing a live podcast? It was basically us and Joe Rogan. And I know it's like...
we're going right there.
It was Joe and us that were doing this style of podcast. So, I mean, it was a saturated market, but we found a niche, and it was...
Joe just started hunting elk.
I mean, let's face it. And he's a Hoyt shooter. I mean, come on.
Never been to Africa.
To listen to a guy like that.
Oh, yeah, Africa.
How many SCI records does Joe Rogan have? That's what I'm talking about, John. Yeah,
Joe, we're just kidding. Anytime you want to come on.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah. If you want to come on, we'll roll. Let's hit the mat. We'll roll.
Joe, please come on.
We'll get some Tiger Mane up in this bitch. We'll be all set.
I'm just kidding, Joe. If you want to come on, please, we would appreciate it.
Yeah,
we love your show.
Yeah.
if you want to shoot Hoyt, that's fine. We'll talk about Hoyt.
Oh, God bless Joe Rogan, man. And it's those 3-hour podcasts. I can't tell you how many I've burned through sitting in traffic. They are a
we could
lifesaver.
do. All right. Well, that's where we stand apart from Joe Rogan. Everybody is that Joe Rogan is not necessarily live like this, so he can do 3 hours,
He doesn't
Right.
give a shit.
and he doesn't give away shit. We're here live. This is
That is
happening
true.
as we speak. Fuck it, we'll
That
do it live.
That is
If
true.
you write it, and I'll do it live.
And this is where the wheels fall off.
Hey, wait, listen, we've been going 3 seasons. It's about time we get canceled.
I am shocked. We haven't had any issues. Whatever we want to knock on. I know for a fact the first official episode we did, we were concerned.
Which one? Which time?
No, not the 3 hour. Well, we did a couple. I think our holiday shows get a little long winded, but that's all right. The Christmas one is always fun.
The Christmas one was a little
Saucy.
No, Phil, this isn't live. This is not a live show.
You
Phil.
guys can look forward to that every season around Christmas time. That's another one like this. Basically, if we don't have a guest, we call it open mic night. We try and do a little recap. We try and get the audience involved. So obviously, we're keeping tabs on Instagram. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube at this point. YouTube, head over, spread the word on that, please. We're definitely trying to grow our audience with that. YouTube is a tricky platform to grow on. So that is definitely a platform where if you're already following on Instagram, please head over to that YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Because the big thing with that is as soon as we're done with these shows, that is the first platform where a full episode will be posted.
yes.
So it gives you a little bit of a perk that way. On Instagram, we're only able to do 15-minute clips, which is good. It's a little teaser.
It is, but listen, Instagram's they gotta get their shit together. Speaking of getting their shit together, let's get some shit together. How's that sound?
Let's do it. What do you got?
What's next, Johnny? What are you thinking? One of these yellows?
No, a bottle of Vouv.
Yeah. Chad was saying the technical difficulties in the beginning, I guess he was
yellow?
talking about. Yeah, we've come a long way.
Listen, we did say, all right. Is everybody in the audience over 21 right now?
Yeah.
That legally?
You can ship it legally. Private.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Since John called it out,
Oh God, what are we doing?
celebration of season 3.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of the Veuve Clicquot.
Please drink responsibly.
Please enjoy responsibly. But in celebration, we are going to be giving away some champagne. All right. So, Dave, you call it for the code.
Bubbly.
Ooh, that's a good one.
All right. So there you go. Screenshot right now. Send it to OnlyBows with the word bubbly, and you'll be entered to win this bottle of champagne. This is a Veuve
Cliquet 250th anniversary.
250. I don't know if it's an anniversary edition.
Yeah, it is.
Leave it to only Bougie to whip out some bubbly for a giveaway.
I mean, we got more expensive.
If
shit,
you want, I can,
Now let's start with champagne because I don't know what the rules are on this. That's bootlegging.
we could be giving away the Bollinger.
James Bond's favorite.
I got a couple of cold Coronas I can throw to the mix.
So there you go. All right. Screenshot it now. Bubbly, since John called it out. And you'll be in it for the Veuve in celebration of.
But rules apply. You can't crack it until you shoot your first doe or buck this year.
Oh, even better. The winner must
what was the
crack
rule?
it with their first kill this year.
Okay, I like that.
So again, screenshot bubbly now. Send it to OnlyBows, and you'll be entered to win.
Chad had a funny comment. He's like, my son thought I was famous because I was on YouTube with you guys. Well, hell yeah, you were.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck
We're
yeah,
not
you
only
were.
are we professionals, we are legends in the outdoor industry right now. All right, and professionals and legends called us that. So
We told a lie
it
with
must
the
be true.
professionalism. That is funny.
All right, so I guess it would be let's talk about some of the guests that we've had.
Absolutely.
Since we're celebrating here and talking about some of these professionals and legends that
We've had a couple come and go already, but again, it's Friday night in the summertime. But I mean, active right now looks like we got the infamous Mr. Squatch. We got Full Draw Pursuits with Quentin. He recently just teamed up with Gavin and Whitetail Bloodline. So
wish him the best.
Definitely go check out the whole team. 715 Outdoor Nation. We got Kyle McCullough tuning in from Jersey. I mean, all these guys.
Oh, you mean West Long Island?
Yeah, exactly. All of these guys, whether they have their own brand, their own style, they're part of a team. I'm pretty sure all of them have been on. Red Sky Safaris looks like they're still tuning in. Obviously, we know them gentlemen.
He's a little camera shy, but you know,
it's all right.
I may have heard of them briefly.
So obviously, with the new platform, guys, it's a little tricky to get people on and off real quick. But without a doubt, we definitely want to again just make it known. We know who is supporting us, who tunes in every week. I think we take a very humble approach. I know we can be sarcastic, wise ass, and come off a little cocky at times, but it's definitely meant all just in fun.
Oh, listen, that's part of it. Is you got to have fun, and that's why we do it. If we didn't enjoy doing this, we wouldn't do it.
Right. I've been very vocal since the beginning. If you guys want a highlight reel of monster deer dropping it down every season, my page is not for you. I'm there just to document the experience.
We know, Dave.
Yeah, I know. We know. But the biggest satisfaction I've had, let's say in the past 2 seasons, is actually being able where if somebody reaches out to me with a question, either now from having enough experience in the field, throughout my hunting journey.
Hold on. Quentin did have I got to interrupt you because Quentin did have a comment, and I want to make sure that I get this right. Must be the New York ego in you guys.
In y'all guys.
Quentin with his southern, with his Wisconsin.
That's the opposite of that.
Listen, Quentin, we're from New York, man. You got to eat as fast as you can. You got to walk as fast as you can. You want to watch a 2-hour movie, you better be done in 90 minutes.
I do speed up podcasts. I put them on 1.25. I'm not going to lie. If some of these accents are too going out, I definitely speed it up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie with that.
God.
We got a Trump 2024 from Chad. We got Mikey BD Hunting, the infamous Mike Nitre from BD Hunting tuning in.
I've never heard of this guy. Is he?
So that's who we mentioned earlier in the show.
To the Garden State Outdoorsman.
I think so, something like that.
I think I've heard of that.
So, yes, Kyle did mention he's like the minute you take it too serious, that's when you hang it up, without a doubt. And not for nothing, people are not stupid. You can pretend to be whatever the hell you want, pretend you're doing something you're not. You better, or if you're doing it the wrong way, people sooner enough they find out, and they don't have time for it. Nobody wants to watch it. Nobody wants to hear it. I've always taken a very humble approach to this. You will never hear me claim to be anything I'm not. It's just I'm here to document stuff, help people along the way, and just have fun. That is where I'm at.
I've been doing a pretty good job at pretending to be a dangerous game hunter.
You guys have, but you backed it up. You backed it when you get it done. You can. Sure, there's nothing wrong with it. You can talk a little shit without a doubt. You got it done.
Buffalo in real life.
I've never seen a Cape Buffalo up close in my life ever.
That is.
I mean,
has a journey.
I've never experienced a Cape Buffalo charge ever. I've never. I don't know which. Like it seems like it's cool. YouTube seems cool.
That Buffalo was a paid actor.
It was two guys in the suit.
Yeah.
Travis, what's going on, buddy? We got Team Buffalo Outdoors tuning in.
How about Travis? Listen, not for nothing. Travis was rocking Only Bows in Sicily. All right. So
did he really? Nice.
Only Bows is definitely international. All right. We're on 3 continents right now. Can't ask for more. Speaking of continents, let's talk about. I do want to talk about one of our guests who does a lot in the outdoors, and that's Robbie Kroger from Blood Origins and this episode that we had. I do want to touch on this briefly. Now, if you guys aren't following Blood Origins, or if you haven't heard of him, Dr. Robbie Kroger Robbie's an amazing individual. The things he is doing in the outdoor space it's an absolute inspiration. And I only hope that Pursuit Live can even meet a percentage of what Blood Origins is doing for the outdoor community. And if you didn't tune in and watch that episode, please head over, as Dave said, head over to our YouTube and watch that episode. Robbie was an absolutely personable person. He is a down-to-earth guy for everything that he is doing and everything he stands for in the outdoors and everything that he represents is he's that guy. When they say, "Oh, trust me, pal, you ain't that guy," he's that guy.
Yeah, he is.
He is that guy. So I do want to give a quick shout out to Blood Origins and Robbie and thank him for coming on that night. And it was such an interesting conversation. Just everything that he's doing in the outdoors and everything that he's doing, to help not just here, but also, he is a South African national. So everything that he's doing across the African continent, it is truly inspiring, and it is something that we hope to work with them again in the future. We've been in talks with them. I guess this would be a good segue to mention our fundraiser that we did this year.
Yep.
And when we were talking with Robbie about it, he was all ears. He wanted to get involved. He wanted to work with us on something in the future. So I think our Pursuit Live's future with Blood Origins it didn't end at the end of that show. And we hope to be able to do good things and help them out in the future. So stay tuned for more on that.
Yeah, Chris Sabina was another, for us, a top tier guest. They took the time and shot the shit with us and just building relationships. Honestly, It's not like you said, it just wasn't, that relationship didn't end at the end of the show.
Yes. For anybody that doesn't know who Chris Sabina is, he is the founder and president and editor of American Outdoor News. Another great episode.
Yeah.
Check it out on YouTube. But please continue, Dave.
No, it's just to your point of speaking, we're building these relationships, in this industry, which it only comes with time. You got to earn your stripes. You start at the bottom and you just keep chipping away at it. I won't spill the beans on it, but I know for a fact what we have in the works for this show, and it's going to be announced sooner than later. It's going to be just proof of what we're trying to do and trying to take that next step, but in support of everybody else. We're trying to bring in and incorporate as many brands, people as we can. Again, you could be Robbie Kroger or Chris Savina, or it could be a one-man or one-woman hunting or fishing team. It doesn't matter. If you're willing to support us, you're in the outdoor space. Doesn't matter if it's hunting. Again, we try and emphasize that. Is it a hunting-based show? Leans that way, sure. But anything outdoor related. We just did the episode with Matt with the oysters. I thought that was very interesting. Something completely different. Maybe a lot of people don't even know about how that goes. So anything like that, if we can keep your attention and actually make it a little bit informative instead of just a clown show or a couple of laughs throughout the show, why not?
Well, that's what it's about. We gotta have fun. But getting, even talking about bridging that gap in the outdoors, that this show is, as much as we are a hunting related show, because that's what we do, it's everything outdoors. That was a perfect example. Commercial fishing, that's a real thing. That's an outdoor activity. Listen, there are plenty of people out there that don't hunt that still participate in the outdoors, and we want to share their stories. We want to include them in this community as much as possible.
Right. And the dedication, the passion, and the time invested into, like, I don't do freshwater fishing, but the same thing. It takes time to get to a certain level on your journey. It takes years.
Or when you finally grow up and move off the island, we'll get you into it.
Okay. I could use your fish as bait.
Freshwater
anyway.
Fishing. What's freshwater fishing?
Remember when we were in Mexico and we were fishing for tuna?
Oh, and the barracudas.
Yeah.
It's
the opposite of that. Remember how we were in the water where you couldn't see the other side of land?
Yeah, yep.
Now, imagine being in water that's not salty and you can see the other land.
They make that?
Yeah, apparently.
You get that out here in East Jersey,
So,
no, without a doubt, man.
While we're speaking about water, it's summertime. Everybody's got to stay hydrated. So let's
look at that segue. You don't get that anywhere else.
Listen, Joe Rogan ain't doing that. Just saying.
Listen, I know what we got up next to give away. Let's do a Yeti. Let's do a fucking big Yeti.
Everybody loves Yetis. All right, so here you go.
I got to know the story behind the yellow. Why do you guys always favor the yellow ones? Is that your guys' preference?
It's called construction yellow, Dave.
Is it?
It's literally the color.
Is that really what it's called? All right. Sorry. I
I
know.
don't
I
have
know
my
you have a lot
coffee
of
cup here because it's up next to my coffee maker, but that's construction
I
yellow.
don't have my Yeti 45 with me, but that's construction yellow.
Come on, Dave. We all work in construction here.
mini bus. Outdoor Tommy goes, it's mini bus yellow.
Well,
About the same size.
he rode one to school.
Listen,
It was
Tom.
short
Yeah,
bus
that's that. What you're.
action.
Yeah, Tommy's still riding it to high school, and when you grow up and you start working in the
Tommy's
construction-
officially driving. I'm worried. So everybody
Oh,
better watch
Jesus
out on Long Island. He's
All right,
driving.
so it is safety yellow, so you can flag like Tommy. Oh, hit me.
You got to go right.
All right, so we got the Yeti.
What
It's,
is that? Is that a
it's
64?
the 64 right here.
Nah, that is
It
good.
is the
That's
middle
legit.
of the summer. You want to stay hydrated. Right
No doubt.
now, take a screenshot, send the code to Only Bows. Yeti 1. Yes, I said 1. That should be indicative of something.
There's an indicator there.
Yeti 1, and you'll be entered to win the construction yellow 64 ounce.
It's actually Alpine yellow, funnily enough. I
Is
swear to God, it's Alpine yellow.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's Alpine yellow.
The Alpine yellow
Mm.
Yeti. So there you go. Another one in the books.
Bring it in the woods. Deer can't see yellow. You're fine.
No, that is actually one of the colors they can see. Yellow.
yeah,
and blue.
You better wrap that with some stealth tape if you're bringing that thing in the woods. Just for the
Nah,
noise.
if you want to bring it in the woods, you know what you got to do.
No, I'm talking about the noise factor.
You
on
just
that
got to
thing.
cover it up. Listen, I bring my Yetis in the woods.
Do you really?
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, my Yeti coffee cup. Well, my actual Yeti that I bring in the woods is a Yeti for coffee. I got one for water that's specifically
Really?
in the woods.
So I
That's
got-
heavy.
I got
Damn, that's heavy.
Espresso Yeti. I got a little 8-ouncer.
Dave, I've got a Yeti cocktail shaker.
No, I know
Yeah,
you do.
I got Yeti shot glasses.
You got a freshly ground cup of coffee in the tree. You got a little
Come on,
grinder with you,
come on, Dave.
little hand grinder.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Yeah,
here?
I have a Yeti French press. They make that now.
Yeah, they do. So anyway, Yeti 1 screenshot, send it to Only Bows. We'll get you entered for that. So I do want to talk about the fundraiser that we did because we did mention it.
yeah.
I don't want to stray too far off for that.
We'll talk about that and what we got planned coming up in September.
This is going to be a 3-hour show, Dave.
Nah,
we
we'll
got
be all right.
competition now. Listen. You set the standard with Rogan. we got to compete now.
All right.
So, as everybody might have been aware, we did do a fundraiser this year. That was to benefit the American Bear Foundation, Wounded Warriors in Action, and the NYPD archery team. We were very fortunate enough to work with B&B Archery out of Middletown, New York, and Targeteers Archery Pro Shop out of Saddlebrook, New Jersey, who helped us out in acquiring the gear. We gave away a 2024 Matthews Lift, fully kitted out, a ground blind, a 3D Delta McKenzie target, everything you needed to get started hunting.
Yep.
And the response to this fundraiser, I can't thank everybody enough who purchased tickets, because not only did you benefit 3 great organizations, it turned out the winner that had an amazing story as well.
Yeah. Yep. Save that. That's a whole nother episode we can make.
Well, I mean, we can touch on it,
All right.
I mean, not for nothing. We didn't make any money off of this, everybody. Like, just so everybody knows,
Right.
It wasn't something that we were doing to benefit ourselves. When we said we were benefiting these organizations, we really were. And we were able to raise almost $4,000 for the NYPD archery team, which is a bunch of NYPD cops that this is their private organization. They come out as something to do as a group, and they shoot archery. We were able to get them 3D targets to help them set up their new 3D range that they didn't have. Great way to give back to our first responders. Wounded Warriors in Action. All right, the Wounded Warriors in Action Foundation was started by Colonel John McDaniel, and it directly helps our Purple Heart recipient brothers and sisters in the outdoors. They take Purple Heart recipients on fishing trips, hunting trips, things like that. And we were able to give them a sizable chunk of money to help support that mission. And the American Bear Foundation, which, as much as it is in the name Bear, the American Bear Foundation is doing great things for the outdoor community, not just related to bears, but hunting in general, actual legislative action. And we were able to give them a sizable chunk of money to help in their efforts. And, you know, I give my hats off to these three organizations for everything that they're doing. And again, we can't thank all of you enough for supporting us in this fundraiser, because that money directly impacts the hunting community. Every dollar that you spent on your tickets went to these organizations, and it went to help what we stand for as a community. So again, thank you all for your support. These organizations were very grateful.
I think they were impressed, honestly, for the scale that we're at, being new for what we're, you know, our show and our groups and everything. I think they were honestly impressed, not to sound cocky, at the total we raised. I was.
And not for nothing, Bass Pro Shops gave like $1,000 to, or like $1,200 to some organization,
Which is great.
Yeah,
Right.
it's great, but we
But they're
tripled
Bass
that.
Pro.
Yeah, they're Bass Pro Shops, and we're just two yahoos sitting in our studios hanging out, and
Right.
you know, with the help of John, with the help of Jimmy, with the help of Gloria, with the help of Rob, with the help of Kate,
Yes.
with the help of all the team here at Pursuit Live,
Full team effort, without a doubt, on that one.
we tripled what Bass Pro Shops was able to do. So
I'll tell you from firsthand experience, being in the NYPD sucks. So whatever those guys get helps them out a lot.
Absolutely.
So, cheers to everybody that helped out with that. Not for nothing. That was a tremendous effort from the community. And again, as I mentioned, Blood Origins is a big organization that's interested in working with us in the future on fundraisers. And we hope to be able to continue this. We hope to be able to continue to, hold a raffle that will not only benefit, a winner, but it's also benefiting good organizations. And if you don't mind, Dave, I'd like to tell a little bit of the story of Omar, just briefly.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Absolutely. It's a great story. Real quick on Blood Origins. Definitely do some research on that. I was very, I don't want to say moved, but it was a very powerful story that Robbie shared with us on the show. We talked to him, and I'm sure John made a face. Yeah. But
no, it wasn't about that. It was the comments.
It was a very, very interesting episode, and I was so glad it turned out the way it did. We talked to him beforehand, afterwards, and there's ways you can contribute monthly at a very, very reasonable, cheap cost. We're not talking large donations. I actually signed up the next morning after the show, and like I said, it's whatever you want, whatever you can contribute, it all goes to a really good cause. So I will encourage people to look into it, without a doubt. Doesn't matter that it's across the globe. They touch on, issues here in the States as well. And as a hunting community, anytime we can kind of come together like that, just like American Bear Foundation, even if you're just part of Ducks Unlimited, part of the NRA, anything like that, really, when you look at the big picture, it does add up. It's hard to see sometimes, but I think as I'm getting older in age, I see how certain things work in this world. And maybe when you're younger, you don't fully understand it, but it's a real thing. So anytime we can band together as outdoors men and women, it's important.
John did want to make a point that you forgot Dallas Safari Club.
I did. I'll leave that for you guys.
So
what are we talking about? The winner? We're going to talk about Omar real quick.
Yeah. So,
cool.
All right. So the winner, we sat here, we had a good episode where we were joined by representatives from these organizations, and they were able to sit here and talk a little bit about what they represent and what's going on, in the outdoor space, and how they can, the things that they do are directly affecting people. So once we picked the winner here, I was able to drive down. He actually was from Northern Jersey, so it wasn't, too far of a ride for me. I didn't have to ship it to him, so I was actually able to meet him in person. And
right, it worked out perfect.
After talking with Omar for a minute, it turns out he is a bow hunter, and he was looking to get a new bow, but his partner had just been diagnosed with breast cancer. So obviously getting a new bow was on hold for him. He was, it was something where his life was at a point where his life priorities and his, home life, if you will, takes precedence, as it should for anybody. And, the fact that we were able to pick a winner that really could put this bow to use and was, in the situation he was in is just, it's an amazing thing that we were able to not only benefit these organizations, but also the winner of the bow and the whole setup was also somebody who benefited very, very greatly from this. And, I again, I want to congratulate Omar on his win. And it was, just an amazing thing to be able to sit there and listen to his story and talk to him for a few minutes and hear, just how things were in his life and that we were able to help him out as well. So all the way around, the fundraiser that we did so far this year benefited far beyond what any of us envisioned when we first set out to do that.
Yeah. And we met him somewhere along the Empire show.
Yes.
That was one of the tickets we picked up at that 4-day event we did.
Was it? Yeah, it was 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah. I mean, so that was the New York Empire show. That was the biggest event we've done as a team so far. We learned a lot. Learned a lot in that 4 day. Learned a lot what it actually takes to run a booth. And if you've never done it, not that it's not doable, just I will say it takes planning. It takes full dedication from the team and organization, and it gets standing there behind that table for 8-9 hours a day. You don't realize it. It's a long freaking day, and we're doing something. This is fun. Like, this isn't work. It's still a long day though. So, but if we didn't do that show, I mean, we probably sold half our tickets.
I would say we probably sold half the tickets at the show.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like I said, we don't plan on stopping. So we do have shows coming up in the future. And we do plan on doing more of these things. So as soon as we can put them together, if that's something we can do at these shows, I think, I think Pursuit Live has a bright future in contributing, monetarily,
right,
to the outdoor community,
right.
In benefiting the community.
And that show is definitely back on our radar. The New York Empire show. We're in the works right now. Obviously, nothing's committed 100%. However, we liked what we saw. We like the venue. We like who runs it. So chances are very, very high that next season we'll be back at that event. Do we want to touch on the one that we're leaning to for Pennsylvania?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we're here. We might as well.
No, give some more before that.
John wants to give some more shit away.
All right, let's do that. You guys do a giveaway. I got one more giveaway we could do, and then we'll wrap up with the latest events.
Oh, wrap up, dude. I got a ton more shit here.
What else you got there?
Oh, you're going deep into the bucket?
We're only I was looking to clear the bucket.
Let it ride.
Push it over here.
What do you got, John? Pick something out.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I figured.
Reminds me of Bad Santa, the two of you.
All right, so John picked something out here. Since we're benefiting the organization, in the spirit of the American Bear Foundation, orange as their logo is. John picked out Hunter Orange set. It's a hat and vest from Vortex.
Nice.
All right. So, right now, if you're interested in the pack and you want to win, screenshot right now. Send it to OnlyBows.
Blaze
with
one.
Blaze. Oh, there's only one Blaze, so just Blaze. And we'll get you entered to win. There you go.
Blazer. Ball me.
Only Blaze.
It's a hat and vest combo.
Hat and vest combo. And
for, you need that.
You need it. Listen, even when you're bow hunting, listen, anybody that knows me, I used to be a military guy, so PT belts, I happen to have quite a few of them just laying around. I always carry an orange PT belt in my pack. Why? Because I can, even when I'm bow hunting, I like to strap my pack with it, and just this way, because I'm wearing my Sitka, nobody can see me in the woods.
Oh,
So I
dear
want people to be able to recognize that, hey, that
Lord, give me
noise over
strength.
that noise in
Lord,
the
give me
distance there that I can't see. Oh, there's some orange. Okay, it's definitely a guy. So Blaze to only bows right now, you'll be entered to win this.
Are you done with the Sitka talk? I was doing my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
No,
7, 8, 9, 10.
I've got probably like
Dude, if your fucking Matthews bow ain't custom in Sitka camo, what are you doing?
it's got a point. Well, mine is in solids.
Yeah.
But I also wear so I wear solids when I hunt.
You shoot Matthews, you wear Sitka, you're an okay guy.
Listen, saddles, Sitka, solids,
Thank you.
Matthews. All right, that's it. And Swarovski. If you're not doing all those things, are you even really hunting? Let's be honest.
Sick Matthews, the 5 S's.
Yes.
All right.
So you got to be hunting out of a saddle. You got to be wearing Sitka solids. You got to be shooting a sick Matthews. You got to be in a saddle.
You gotta be wearing.
And
Are you done? Can we move on?
All right, we'll move on.
All right, thank you. Noted. I got 2 hats in front of me.
Actually, you know what? Since we're mentioning it, let's do it. All right. Right now, take a screenshot of this.
Oh boy.
Sitka 2. Send it to Only Bows. There you go. All right. Sitka 2. And I will send you a 40% off one-time use code from Sitka.
I might perk up the comments on Instagram here.
All right.
I don't know what they're talking about.
40% off Sitka gear. Everybody's saying, oh, it's so expensive. I can't afford it. Well, guess what? Now it's affordable. It's 40% off. Sitka 2.
Instagram, right, wake up, everybody. 40% off. Get it in. Sitka.
Sitka 3, possibly.
It does.
Oh, okay.
I did say there were 4 of them.
Ooh.
All right. Now, if you want some real fine quality craftsmanship and attire, let me introduce you to this brand. Richardson 112.
Oh.
I've got a couple of hats left. This was a very popular model with the Stitch logo, Urban Pursuit logo, and then established 2022 on the back. I only have a few of these left, so we're going to go with the black. That was very popular this year, the black and the gray. Snapback. And then the brown, and I guess you want to call it like a khaki color. So to keep things easy, what we'll do is anybody that's interested, you can have your pick of the black or the brown. Do 112 to Only Bows right now, and you'll be the winner.
Dave, I will say
You'll be entered. Go outside.
Certified killing hat. Certified.
It is.
We have tested this, and I will say,
Shout out to Outdoor Tommy and John for rocking the hats.
As a former scientist, I can stamp this. If you wear an Only Bow, or excuse me, an Urban Pursuit hat, you are 60% more likely to kill deer. Because
you might even see 2 bucks at the same time.
That's it. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Yep. Even Tommy goes, it is a killing hat. Yeah, I think Tommy, which one do you got? I think you had the Bottomlands with the patch. That was a good model. I had a couple really good hats come across. It all just comes down to the price. In all reality, we touched on it earlier. You know, when you guys see the price of some of these things, when I tell you, if we're breaking even, we're doing good. This is not us trying to make money off of friends. It stays within the brand. It's to help promote the brand and whatever journey we're on for the next venture. Speaking of hats, I keep looking at it. This is an awesome hat from Warhead Arrow Company. I'm a part of their team. Great arrows. A lot of you guys are shooting the arrows, rocking their koozie to keep my beer nice and cold. So I'll throw a little plug in there. Without a doubt, great company. If you guys got any questions, please reach out to anybody that's on the field team, the field staff. You can reach out to Jason at Jason's Killing and Grilling. Very, very knowledgeable. What's that?
Does he like to cook and kill shit?
Yeah.
Has he ever killed?
I would hope so.
Has he ever actually cooked anything?
Has he ever grilled?
I'm pretty sure he's well versed in that. Yes.
Does he own a grill?
I think so. Actually, yeah.
Dave,
not that cheap Blackstone you cook with.
Dave, I got a question for you real quick.
I just heard Chris. I made fun of his Blackstone. Go ahead.
You ever had a Krispy Kreme?
I don't know where this
John,
I don't know where
because
this
I know
going.
you, I'm not going to answer this on air
No,
because I know you.
No, you ever had a Krispy Kreme?
Yes, John, I've had the donut brand before.
Was it crispy?
I guess I'm going to say yes.
Was it creamy?
No.
Interesting.
What are you getting at, John?
Nothing.
You're like the ultimate backseat driver right now. You're like the backseat guy, like in the studio. Will you get Jamie under control over there, Joe Rogan? He's chirping up a lot.
Listen,
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
listen. I can't cut his mic. My tech guy is out working right now. my tech guy is out, protecting and serving.
I'm trying to keep this show moving. Give some more giveaways. Come on.
All right, so let's update real quick. What we just got we got the Sitka 40% in.
The one
Send that
your
over.
hats. What?
The
Dude,
choice of the hats.
I still got a bucket full of shit, man. We're gonna be here.
Save some. We got plenty in there.
That
No.
Plenty of shows to
that
come.
wasn't the intent. The intent.
Oh
was
boy.
clearing house tonight.
Oh dear
right?
God. What
We're
time
gonna
is
get-
sunrise?
We're in a giving mood. Joe Rogan can go for 3 hours. We're gonna maybe hit an hour and a half.
You guys see what I got to deal with? I think it's easy. You guys think this shit's
You
easy.
think it's easy dealing with me? You guys should try dealing with Dave. This is why I drink. I only drink on Friday nights. Fuck.
Oh. Bucket
Bucket-
full of shit. 2020. Nice, Tommy. That was good.
Tommy, we're not talking about the Democratic Party here.
Oh, we're not doing that. We're not
No,
doing.
that was it. That was the only comment.
We're
That was the
not.
only one.
You think you just fell on a coconut tree?
Oh,
All right, we're about to get canceled.
yeah. Let's start talking hunting or fishing or something again. Because before we go
Dave,
fully off the rails,
Dave, I got nothing to worry about. I got sloped roofs all around me. We're fine.
dude, come on.
All right, so we'll leave it at that. All right, so let's get into another giveaway here. John, what'd you pick out?
Dude, I got the Scentaway Windicator and the Nocturnal Lighted Knock.
All right, so here you go. This is what John picked out.
Is it a single? I'm just curious. It's a single knock or the triple? All right,
It's a single.
Dude, we're not
All
that-
right.
And it's for gold tips. So you
Okay.
can get it and give it to your buddy. Or if you shoot gold tips, you can use it. But it's a
There you go.
nocturnal. Listen, I use these. I swear by them. I just don't
Yes.
shoot. I don't shoot gold tips. I shoot Easton Axis. So,
Yeah, Easton Master Race.
And wind check powder. Listen, this is important stuff. If you're not checking the wind, if you're not hunting the wind, I don't know what you're doing.
Let's talk about that real quick. Do the giveaway, and I want to talk about the powder real quick.
All right, so take a screenshot right now for your chance to win both of these. GT screenshot, send it to Only Bows.
John, did John really just type one arrow is all you need?
No, yeah, that's all you need.
Fucking guy.
Dave,
All right.
unless you're going to Africa and you're just, slaying constantly, then you better bring 24 because that's what Team Only Bows does.
I'll be there, Johnny. I'll be there when you're having a rough night archery.
You heard him. He said, I'll be there. He's coming to Africa.
Hey,
I'm
Dave.
taking that as a verbal contract.
Hashtag Dave's afraid of
Oh, what? No.
No,
I was talking to John.
No. Verbal contract. You're
Shout
in,
out
Dave.
Rack Pouches. Damn good.
Yeah, they're okay.
They're damn good.
They're okay. I'll give you. They taste good.
You get that other shortage thing out of here.
There is that is a national emergency. In case anybody
It
is
is.
wondering, there is a Zin shortage. When DT45 did say we have such beautiful
We
Zins,
got all the Zins, all the beautiful Zins.
beautiful Zins, such wonderful flavors. I love the
Kamala and
Zins.
Nancy, they want to take
Nancy-
away all your
Nancy-
beautiful Zins.
Easy on the
Nancy and Chuck, they're coming for you, Zins.
easy on the politics, guys. Come on.
What's this? Not for nothing.
All right, let's roll this back into a hunting
Don't
podcast
do
real
this
quick.
stuff. This stuff is bad for you. All right, disclaimer. Don't do it.
It's less
That's
bad.
all right. It's
Bad
all listed as
trauma.
18 and older.
I apologize. It's a drug. I'm addicted. I'm stressed out at work. This is how I keep my cool and don't fire everybody.
All right, so let's do this. Wind powder like that one you just did, or scent check, whatever it was, as opposed to like a milkweed or some other very light floral, whatever you want. I think it's milkweed is the popular one. Have you guys used both? Have you seen a difference in which one lasts longer?
Dead downwind.
Well, I've tried several different powders. I've tried the milkweed. As everybody knows, I'm on the team for, I staff for Wind Scent.
Mhm.
So, that's a little vaporizer that I set out, disperses, I use Conquest Scent. So it's, my Conquest Scent sitting in there, whether it's, rutting buck or the herd scent, anything. So I could see that traveling a little bit. So I have that advantage. The powder I like as just a quick indicator. The milkweed a lot of people like because it's A, natural, and B, it doesn't disperse. So you can actually see the thermal variation. You can see it move as it goes. However, I don't know if anybody noticed. I know Jared Pledger always seems to notice. I wear glasses. So my vision corrected is perfect. Most people's aren't. So if they really think that they're going to see those milkweeds past 20, 30, 40 yards, listen, my wind powder's telling me the same thing. And in my experience, that's what I've noticed.
I will say, seeing that milkweed, let's say, go downrange, change windage, pick up a thermal, and now come right back up to you and then go straight up is something bizarre.
It is.
And if you didn't have milkweed, you would have never seen that.
Right. But at the same time, I will tell you this. If you're sitting 20 feet in the air, that little bit of powder is telling you what's going on at 20 feet. When I use my wind sense, if I want to check the wind at the ground, I may squirt a little bit in the air with the powder, see where the wind up top is going. If it's going straight down, if it's going up, if it's not doing anything, it's just kind of a general indication. But then I can click that remote and watch the smoke come out. Is it going straight up? Because it does give it's a vaporizer. It's like if you were, vaping with, the little vape pens.
Yeah. And this is good. We kind of sparked the comments with this here. So this is a good topic.
In one direction hard, and knowing what's going on the ground is really what matters. Yes. Because what's going on, that your thermal variation from 3 feet above the ground where a deer is smelling versus 20 feet above the ground.
Yes.
There's a big difference.
100%.
So just checking my wind direction as to where my scent may be going, in my opinion, just using the powder to tell, okay, the wind's blowing this way, so I need to be cautious of what's going on here because my scent is traveling that way. So that, my cone of observation may be this. Whereas behind me, I may say, okay, my scent is traveling this way. It's more than likely a deer could sneak up behind me and not smell me. But then I hit that wind scent on the ground. Now I know what's going on the ground, and it may be doing two different things. And I've noticed that. And I could tell you from my experience in Africa, the one thing that they do to check the wind over there, it's very dry. They'll kick the dirt. They'll kick that dirt, that sand, that clay, and they'll see what's going on right at the ground. But then I could pull out, and my pH really, it was kind of cool that I was able to teach my pH a little bit about this. I pulled this out, and I could do this standing I'm 6'4". So doing this at 6 feet in the air versus what was going on at his feet are two different things, especially when you're in these big drainages and you're working up these ditches, trying to get on a stalk to something. That 6 feet makes a difference.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So there is no, in my opinion, there is no definitive answer as to what works the best. Find what works for you. Use the information that you can gather from that to your advantage. And with that, do what you can. But there's no way you're, without, I would say, an actual smoke bomb, lowering it on a rope down your tree
yeah,
and studying where that goes. And I mean, I've taken classes in meteorology and everything. I don't know if everybody else could tell you the same thing that I have.
Nerd.
Because I'm a scientist and an engineer.
I think something like the milkweed or the powder to check it is the simplest. Not for nothing, it kills time. How many times you're sitting there in the stand and you just dropping milkweed just to kill some time? But I think it's such a valuable. I don't think you're ever going to beat a deer's nose. I'm fully on board with the fact you're never going to fully beat a deer's nose.
And I do have stories on that end where I've checked the wind. Wind is blowing this way, so I would expect the deer to either come cross the wind or into the wind. Nope, they come in the direction of the wind. I'm like, well, fuck.
So now that leads me to the next segment here, real quick. How everybody, you hear the old timers, you got to play to win. You got to play to win. You got to play your terrain. I don't necessarily have that luxury. Look, guys.
I'm going to raise my hand.
All right, what do you got?
When you're talking about learning from the old timers, and there's nothing wrong with listening to experience. But as I said earlier, you have to find what works for you. And I found, listen, when I was a kid, sitting at hunting camp, listening to all these people telling me stories, telling me how to hunt, telling me this. Sitting at my firehouse, listening to guys talk about hunting, listening to their stories, listening to them tell me how to hunt. You know when I became a good hunter? When I set all that aside and figured it out for myself.
I like that.
Listening to somebody who's been hunting for 40 years, and I know we always say it that our grandfathers and great-grandfathers were out there in Woolrich red flannel shooting deer with a Winchester, lever action Model 94.
You're going to start a pot right now, aren't you? All right.
I listened to people my whole life. I became a better hunter when I set all of that aside and started drawing my own conclusions. When I started figuring out what worked for me, for the conditions that I hunt in, for where I hunt, how I hunt. And, I'm not going to say that a couple of Pope and Young record book entries and some SCI record book entries speak for themselves, but I became a better hunter when I did it on my own. So my advice to anybody on that subject is, yes, please listen to what other people are telling you, but see what works for you. See what doesn't. And Quentin does have a good point. Smoke a cigarette, deer will come running in. I've hunted with people who literally went like this with Marlboro Reds.
Yeah. Yep.
My first deer and my father smoked more than a Canadian chimney. I shot my first couple deer with my father, and he chain smoking. Even chain smokers are like, damn, you should slow down. That kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I still killed deer in Pennsylvania as a young kid. So you have to find what works for you. Because there is no right answer. There is no do it this way every time and you're going to kill great deer.
Right.
No. Find what works for you, where you hunt, and how you hunt. There is no end all, be all, catch all answer. And that's what I have to say to this.
I think that's where John wanted.
Yeah, listen, I'll say this. With all my experience I have, you'll never beat a deer's nose, but you can beat a deer's eyes with Sitka.
Oh,
I'll drink to that. I'll drink.
You had me in the beginning. You had me
with that. He handed me that for a reason. All right. So.
All right. Before we do that last one, I agree. I think we could come as close as possible to beating a deer's nose. Have we all had those deer walk directly under us? Sure. Maybe that was a 1.5-year-old deer, 2.5-year-old deer. That buck that I had walk under me, I ended up with the great foot lefty. That non-typical rack. I've got lots of videos saying where it literally came right underneath me.
God,
And
I hope you kill him this year out of a telephone pole because he's going to be awesome.
No, two different spots. But yes, when I showed you him this year, we knew for a fact that left side was him. So anyway, yes, will you have those encounters where they'll come right underneath you? Without a doubt. I think that's a deer's inexperience more than you actually beating him.
Not necessarily, and I will say that I've had mature deer walk under me.
Right. I think it'll happen, but I think it's more of the deer either there's some rut activity. Maybe there's deer activity that you can't see, but it just got him sidetracked.
Well,
basically,
again,
what I want to get into is,
to that point, Dave, is find what works for you in
Right.
the place that you hunt.
I want to get to this question now. Let's say that Onyx is telling you, or you get on your Moultrie app and you're looking where your cameras are at, you're looking where your stands are at, and it's telling you that the wind is no good for where you want to sit. Are you at that point where you're going no matter what? Or are you that hardcore with the wind where if the wind is not correct for that stand, you're not going? But I will say this, if you're not targeting a specific buck, does the stand location still have merit? Because again, that wind can change in an hour. It could die down, it could pick up. The thermal could be stronger than the wind. I think that's where sometimes almost having too much technology can almost hurt a hunter. What do you do?
Again, I listen, and this goes to that conversation that we were having earlier, Dave. Now, anybody that thinks about preparedness, and everybody used to rip on me for saying I carry a fixed blade knife, a lensatic compass, and a way to make fire as the three things that I carry in the woods. Why? Because those three things don't rely on batteries. They never fail. They're not technology.
Right.
I'll tell you this. One of my favorite weapons optics is the ACOG. Why? Because there's no battery in it. It doesn't fail. There is no failure point. I got lost one time in the woods at night after I shot a deer and shot it right at last light, was tracking it. My GPS died. And with the last 1% on my phone, I text my buddies and I said, please, this is where I was. This is where my stand location was. This is the direction I went. I found the deer. I started walking in what I think was this direction. This is where I think I am. I'm lost. It's fucking dark. Please come help me out. All my technology failed me. So what do you do in that point? Technology does have fail points.
Sure.
You know what doesn't have fail points? I have a sticker on my hard hat, and I'm a professional safety manager.
Oh, cool.
Literally, and I keep it right on the top, and I show it to everybody. It says, caution. This tool is not to be operated by idiots. The whole point of that is use your brain, use your mind, use what works for you, use your knowledge, your experience, and get as much of those two as you can. That's what I'm saying. Don't forget what all these guys, these older guys teach you.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But again, your apps, what are they basing it on? The weather, and I'll now we're going to nerd out a little bit with some engineering and science knowledge.
Well, I don't want to go down. We could. I don't want to go too far into a rabbit hole.
1 minute. It's 1 minute.
Right. First.
So what these apps are basing their information on is weather stations that are not where you hunt.
Right.
They are making guesses on these conditions based on the surrounding data that they have.
Yes.
So that app is literally making a best guess.
Yep.
Nothing will ever replace your information, your eyes, your ears, your nose on the ground. That's it.
I like that. We could literally do a really cool episode right before the season, even talking about compass reading. You know, you whip out that compass and show. You know, we could do 15 minutes on basically on how to use the compass correctly.
You're goddamn right we should.
Yeah.
You know, making sure you're not getting not picking up any magnetic signatures from any of your gear or anything like that. But it's a great topic. It's one of those polarizing topics we could literally spend all night on. Wind direction, thermals, hubs.
Well, we're professionals. We don't spend all night.
I'm not.
Topic.
I'm not. Again, I'm at the point in my hunting journey. Yes, do I take in factor to win? Without a doubt, but I'm going. I don't target a buck. I'm not there yet. I'm an opportunity hunter. I spend all this time in the off season. I put myself in the best spot possible to have the most deer encounter possible throughout the season. So, and that's fine. It's not like I'm like that. I'll admit that's how I hunt. That's because that's where I'm at right now. I've evolved even from where I'm at now to, let's say, 2 years ago, where I was totally out of the game. I wasn't even an opportunity hunter at that point.
You're welcome.
Like that first year on public, I was so far out of the game because I was out of my element. I was living that learning curve, and each step of the way, I keep improving my odds, where I'm at the point, to your credit, to Rob's credit, trust your gut. You did the research already. Sit your ass down, get in a tree, and hunt.
We all right. Not to go too deep into it, we have talked Dave off the ledge once or twice.
Oh, without a doubt, you guys have been my in-truck therapy numerous times.
I am not a licensed therapist, but we do okay.
Without a doubt.
So
it's good to talk to anybody. Like, if anybody out there, you guys are struggling, you got to shoot the shit, you're racking your brain, text me, send me a message, whatever. I'll talk to these guys, because there is times, without a doubt, you're going to get into that point in the season, especially around the rut. If you haven't punched a tag yet, everybody and their mother's dropping deer, everybody's dropping bucks, and it's like, man, I haven't even seen a tail in a week. I get it. I've lived it. I've done it. You got to trust your gut as a hunter. If you've done the research, you've done the scouting, you know deer are coming through, you just got to tough it out sometimes. Sometimes that is the best course of action, without a doubt.
Yeah. You know what else is the best course of action?
Another Sitka giveaway.
Fucking looking good while you're out there.
So
we are going to give away some more Sitka. What number are we up to?
3.
3? We're up to Sitka 3. All right, we are going to give away this awesome Sitka logo hat.
Nice.
And a Sitka logo t-shirt.
The OG logo, right?
There you go. That's it.
Nice.
I mean, listen, they haven't changed the logo. That's still the logo.
Oh, it still is? All right.
That's it. And listen, you know why I love this hat? Because it calls it the pursuit never ending.
All right.
Even Sitka supports us.
There you go.
Bozeman, Montana.
That's it. Bozeman, Montana.
Oh, Squatch wants to know if we're doing an Eagle One giveaway.
Eagle One or Eagle Rare?
Well, probably the Eagle Rare.
He should probably get it right. And we did, Squatch, to answer that. We're thinking about it. We did talk about that.
We don't have enough.
If I don't pull the plug on this show, they're going to empty that shelf over there to the highest bidder.
Squatch, I only have 10 bottles. I'm not sure if I have enough. All right. So what are you up to? 3?
3.
All
Yeah,
right.
stick with 3.
Screenshot right now. Sitka 3. Send it to Only Bows. Better yet, don't even send the screenshot. Just send the code Sitka 3. We'll enter you for the hat and the shirt. There you go. Sitka 3 again. Shannon Grace. Nice to see you in the chat there. Also, my buddy Doug. I want to give a shout out to Dougie over there. All right. What else can we talk about?
We got to touch on Hunt Chef real quick. I mean, shout out to Hunt Chef in general. He was one of our guests.
I did.
A great show.
I was going to say, let's get on to some more guests here. Hunt Chef, Dave. I know you. I had fun. Yeah.
I think we did an hour post show with him just hanging out.
Oh, dude, there was an hour.
That was an hour
show.
post.
There was like an hour and a half post show. Listen, for anybody who doesn't know Hunt Chef. Listen, Jeremy Critchfield he's a great guy.
Down to earth, just a regular guy.
Yes. As much as he loves cooking, he loves hunting. And he's an awesome guy. Just to sit there and be able to talk to him. If you're not following his recipes, he's got some great shit. And believe me, he is a chef. When I tell you that he has cooked not cooked, he was a chef. Excuse me.
Yes.
In top-notch restaurants. This guy knows what he's talking about in a kitchen. And the fact that he was able to translate that into the outdoor world and cooking wild game is mind-blowing. So if you're not following Hunt Chef, head over Hunt Chef. You can't fuck that up.
Yeah. Yep.
Smash that follow button on Instagram to see him right here.
Got to see him live at the outdoor show in Pennsylvania. Watch him do his thing, like in the stadium seating. Really cool.
It was. He puts on a great show. With that, we are Hunt Chef. He probably would have been watching the show right now, but he is actually, recording a show with somebody else. Otherwise, he would have been here with, hanging out with us. Unfortunately, fortunately, whatever. But he otherwise had an engagement tonight, so we'll excuse it. We'll forgive Jeremy tonight. But listen, you won't be disappointed. He's got a lot of great content for what to do after the kill, and that's the big thing: is eat what you kill. That is their slogan. We're not claiming that. Eat what you kill. We use it because we believe in it. With that, let's mention this Cut-Right Mobile.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't using the Cut-Right Mobile app, all right, you can download it. It will literally tell you. We had Cut-Right Mobile on the show. It doesn't matter, any North American game animal, they will show you how to cut it in the field, gut it, debone it, so you don't fuck the meat up. And not only that, they have some great recipes on there. So again, Cut-Right Mobile, you can follow them on Instagram.
Hunt Chef Show. What's the name of his show? Is it Hunt Deer, the Deer Gear and Beer?
Hunt Chef Deer Beer and Gear Expo in Dunbar, PA.
Yeah, Western PA.
20th, 21st, and 20. Well, it's deep for you because you're out in fucking East Jersey.
Right, I guess it depends where you're coming from. Yeah, it's like 7 hours for me. But again, we're leading very heavily that Pursuit Live. Yes. Chris and myself, maybe some other Only Bows team members will be there. Keep an eye out for that. Again, I don't want to promise nothing.
John will be there too.
So between that, the Empire show at the end of the year, we're gonna have a couple events this year where we would really love to get some really high engagement numbers. Obviously, with enough planning, enough coordination between everybody, we would love to see as many people as we can. There's a good chance we might actually be almost like the live show, for Jeremy and Hunt Chef at this exhibit if it works out.
We will have the show that week will be live at the exhibit. We will have the chef there. We're going to try and get a couple other vendors, to come on. And it's, if anybody watched the shows from Empire, it's going to be that but better.
All right. So Jason nodded his head. Deer Gear and Beer. We will be there as well. So there you go.
Jason. Jason's going to be there.
Yes.
I don't want to go anymore.
Well, listen, I got something for you guys. If you go to a public event, my number one tip for you guys is you need to wear deodorant. You can't go to a public space and be smelling all funky.
That is true.
So here you go, Chris.
You don't want to smell funky when you go to an event.
Duly noted. Brush your teeth, wear your deodorant.
The important thing when you go to a public event is knowing where the wind is blowing.
This is worse than QVC with some of these promotions. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Knowing where the wind is blowing.
Get your ShamWow now and your OxyClean.
But I'm not stopping there.
Flex Seal, it'll work on a screen door.
If you really want to smell good, you will use Conquest Scents Synthetic Rutting Buck, because the ladies of the Cervid variety love Conquest Rutting Buck. Applies right on the underarms. Maybe a little stripe across the chest. Like
I just put a little dough and strip behind my ear. I just keep it interesting.
Listen, you're behind the ear. I'm a little bit on the wrist.
It smells like pure gasoline. What is that?
60% of the time it works
every time.
So, what's the code for this? Buck. What do you think?
Sounds good.
BO. All right. Just text the code right now to the Only Bows page on Instagram. BO, and you'll be entered to win Conquest Rutting Buck and another win check. All right. Listen, I use Conquest Scents. We are, just a hint later in the season for season 3. We are having the president of Conquest Scents on to talk about this.
True facts.
They not only that, they have the show Conquest 200. They run a deer farm. They hunt. They do everything. I like these scents. I swear by them. I've been using them for a couple of years now. You can't beat it. So,
if anybody out there uses a product we haven't talked to them or anything like that, if you're affiliated with them, by all means, reach out to us. We have no problem like sharing this space if it's a crew or a brand we haven't heard of, but we trust you as a follower, and you can vet for them.
Unless it's Squatch. We don't trust anything Squatch says.
Your caddy.
Except when we're on the archery range.
Yes.
If Squatch is giving you some advice.
He got you squared away.
Listen, I'll tell you what, Squatch is a good dude. Squatch has been a supporter of this show since we met.
Yes.
If you guys aren't following Outdoors and other bullshit with Squatch,
anybody that's on Instagram right now, I highly suggest, if you're not, follow each other. We're pretty much at that point. We got like 13 to 15 people. It's the hardcore viewers every week, and we appreciate it. So
yeah, we got some new ones in there.
Absolutely. No, we do. But without a doubt, the original crew is there. And always thank you. We love seeing the comments. We love seeing the running jokes, all the inside jokes.
Listen, yeah, just because we're not commenting back doesn't mean that we're not seeing them. So
yes.
it's
I'm seeing them.
John is seeing them. Especially from who was that? Somebody made a comment that John's pits are raw. They are.
Yeah.
John, listen, John's been working construction all day.
Straight onion.
And I can tell you that's why I'm drinking.
That's my hunting partner.
So yes, that is the other thing.
Yeah.
All right. So
where we see the comments,
he would
sometimes
know.
it's hard to respond to all of them.
But anyway, so all right. Well, Jason said it right there. Squatch doesn't exist. So obviously this guy is a myth. Just saying, take it with a grain of salt.
Don't be looking too high for him.
Yeah, definitely don't look up.
He's an ankle biter. He'll get you.
Oh,
gentlemen, is there anything left in that bucket?
Yeah,
oh
we
my God.
We have three more giveaways. So we got to speed it.
We got 3 more in a bottle of
dear
Eagle
Lord,
Rare.
why don't you save them?
Chris,
Am I thirsty? I'm always thirsty.
well, if you're thirsty, I got something for the viewers. We got another Yeti.
QVC commercial. All right.
But I'm not stopping there. We got another Yeti. All right. We got another Yeti in Alpine Yellow. 64-ounce Rambler. It's got the stickers inside, too. I can hear them.
Perfect for your Yeti cooler.
Perfect for your Yeti cooler. Which I have a couple, so I can tell you they work great.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, what a surprise. Minibus yellow. Fuck you, Tommy.
Mustard yellow. I like the mustard yellow. I know I'm goofing on them, but yes, it's very generous. So you guys, I know you guys do it a couple times a season. You like to give back. So without a doubt, it's very generous of you guys to be doing this.
Listen, my boss is probably not watching anymore. So whatever, overtime I make tomorrow by going in, that's where all this stuff goes. It goes back to you people. So
there you go.
Type Yeti 2, and you'll be entered to win the second Alpine Yellow Yeti cooler here.
All right.
Bottle.
So what's left?
Bottle. Excuse me. Rambler bottle.
Yes.
What else we got?
We got a bunch more shit.
Oh man, we got a ton more.
Keep talking.
We got a ton more shit to
Oh,
give you.
dear God.
I thought
perfect. Yeah, let's talk about 2 great guests that we had on the podcast or the show, whatever it is. Ray and Swanee.
I did. Yes,
That's a good call.
there you go, John. Not for nothing. I do want to give a shout out real quick to ACOM Safaris, Red Sky Safaris, and specifically Johan Swainpool and Renica Shoot, because without them, John and I's South Africa adventure would not have been what it was, and it was just that.
It was fucking lekker.
It was fucking lekker. I would drink to that. Fucking lekker. For anybody who doesn't speak Afrikaans, that meant it was fucking awesome.
And shout out to Ray getting married next month.
Yes.
There you go. Congrats.
Congratulations to Ray. He will be getting married next month. He's taken the plunge, and Swanee's been married now for quite a few years, so he's plus, he's a lost cause at this point. But no, them boys, they were all in on the show. Unfortunately, our pal Terry couldn't make it, so Ray and Swanee stepped right up, And as everybody knows, it was about, what was it, 1 o'clock?
Yeah, 1 a.m. when we started.
It was 1 a.m. when we started in South Africa to make it for 7 a.m. here in America. And I give it to them boys. They stayed up. We were drinking all night. We had a hard day of hunting, and we were partying just as hard. And I give it to them boys because they definitely party hard. And
those boys can cook.
They can cook. And I will say this. We did have a question earlier in the show, and it was from another chef friend of mine, Mike Heinz-Peter. And he asked, what was the weirdest, let me find out exactly, the strangest game meat you've each had. So I'll let you answer that one first, Dave.
Strangest, huh?
Yeah.
Most exotic, strangest, yeah.
Caught myself on that one. Could have said something.
White snake.
I really haven't ventured out really with much, honestly. Nothing really that sticks out. Like, I've had alligator and shit, but that's not like nothing crazy.
It's like chicken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was fried and battered. I mean, it's good, but
John,
I've had elk, I've had moose.
Well, hopefully soon you'll be having
I've had bear.
I think
if we get lucky, if I get lucky next month, we'll be having caribou.
I think
Caribou's on the list. I haven't had that. Yeah, I don't think I've never had anything like wild and crazy.
the strangest for me, and I'm not gonna say it was the best, but the most out there. It was probably a toss-up between the eland backstrap and the waterbuck sausage.
I'm gonna go with the wildebeest biltong.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Simply because the wildebeest biltong that we had, no, it's like the biltong is the South African jerky. It's how they dry it and everything. But the stuff that we had was so fresh, it was still moist.
Yeah,
it was almost fresh in the casing.
Right, exactly.
Was that wildebeest or was that
was wildebeest?
Buffalo?
Okay. That was wildebeest.
Okay.
So, but John and I can honestly say we've had waterbuck, bushbuck, eland,
kudu,
wildebeest, kudu, Cape buffalo, impala.
I think
that's a pretty damn good list right there.
They had a stew that had 4 different meats in it. I forget what they said.
Yeah, it was, and to be honest with you, as strange as any of it may sound, it was all good.
Oh, all good.
All good.
Well, they know how to cook it too. That is the key. They know exactly how long not to cook it. Minimal seasonings, probably. Just let the meat do its thing.
Well, not only that, it's how they cook it. A lot of times they will cook over a wood-fired grill. So
it's a braai.
It's a braai.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So the fire that you see in some of the videos, especially in the intro to this, was actually taken in South Africa. That's the fire pit at the lodge. They will take coals out of that, put it in the grill, and that's how they cook the meat. Is continually feeding the grill with hot wood coals. So yeah, there's I think the strangest game meat I would ever say that I've had is snake.
Yeah,
that would be mine. Snake is
no desire for that.
It's a little suspect.
Well, listen, I fucking hate snakes. So
long tubular meat.
Listen, I don't trust anything that is a face and an ass, and that's it. Just saying. So the fact that I was able to eat it was like, okay, I'll try it. But it was definitely strange. So
what end did you start at?
Oh, the ass, bro. That's standard.
You dirty. Got that dog in it. I'm sorry.
Standard.
I start at the personality. That's just
all right, gentlemen. I'm gonna invoke producer privilege here. We need to wrap this one up.
I listen
because I know where this.
All right, I got 3 more giveaways. Plus, I got to give away the rest of the codes.
Here's the thing, Dave.
Hurry up.
If you want a woman to see that you're serious about her personality, you want her to see you bright and loud. So here's the next giveaway.
That is true. If you want to stand out,
good. I'll take that. That was a good one.
If you want to stand out, all right, you need orange. So we're gonna give you a Vortex orange hat.
There you go.
But not only that, you got to see the way. And I know he's not with us right now, but we're gonna give you a pack of the Mountain Man deer products. Excuse me, Mountain Man hunting products. Stealth tree markers. And I can tell you I've used these.
Yep. Field tested.
They work. All right. These work great. Plug them in the tree. You can't see them during the day. Nobody's going to notice them, but at night they light right up. Not only that, they will work in an apocalypse scenario because as the scientist that I am, I field tested these in in normal conditions and some very unnormal conditions. I took these and some regular on the market products, submerged them in regular water, salt water, acid rainwater, and straight bleach for a week. And I will say that in regular bleach, 100% hydrochloric acid, these work. Not hydrochloric acid, it's like sodium. It's like sodium chloride. I apologize. Well, not sodium chloride. It's like sodium hypochlorite. But
Johnny, throw a link there in the chat for the Instagram.
What's that?
Mountain Man. We got somebody asking for a link for Mountain Man. So just hook that up.
Send it on there at mountainmandeerprocessing.com or out just at Mountain Man Deer Processing.
And the next code is Mountain Man.
So here you go. Mountain Man. Or I'll accept that. Get the deer tag, the tree tax, and the hat so you can stand out
and not get lost
when the ladies need to see you. For those of you that like killing does, as we do. We're gonna
killing does and hanging out with the bros.
That's it, bro. Just some bros trying to kill some does.
And the only bros I hang out with wear Sitka.
Well, you don't hang out with Dave or Rob.
Well, I don't, for a reason.
That's understandable. So where'd Dave go? Dave just walked. Dave just quit. He just walked away. He's like, nope, I'm done. So with that, what else we got?
There we go.
All right. So since Dave walked away,
I'm here.
Oh, now you want to come back?
No, I'm here. I had Tucker. He almost got a rabbit in the yard. Had to take care of that real quick.
What's wrong with that? That could have been the wildest shit you ever ate.
I've had rabbit before. That ain't none. That's baby shit.
Fun fact for anybody who wants to know, because Tommy says that I'm a mad scientist. You could eat rabbit every day and starve to death.
I don't know about that.
It just ask the German army.
What is it? It's like celery?
You can rabbit. I don't know what the actual deficiency is, but there's a mineral deficiency that we need that they don't provide, or that their meat doesn't provide. Where if you were to eat rabbit for 30 straight days, you would starve to death. Look it up.
I might have to whack some bunnies this morning. I could lose this year. I could lose some weight.
Pursuit Live survival facts.
There you go.
You know what else will help you survive in the wild?
Oh, dear God, please let me. This bucket better be empty after this.
Fucking looking cool. All right. When you're out there in the wilds trying to track the ladies down, you want to look cool. That's what's going to help you survive. And you want to know what the ladies notice? That logo right there. And if they don't notice it, they're not worth your time. So we are giving away
all these giveaways. I give up.
So we are giving away another Sitka hat.
And the solids.
A Sitka Solids shirt with the logo.
Very nice.
And you know what else we're going to tack on top of this? A 40% code.
Ooh,
so not only are you getting free Sitka, you're going to get a 40% off code to order whatever you want. One-time use only code. Right now, send a message to Only Bows Official. Sitka 4.
When Tommy wants to know if you're jumping ship and you get rid of all your Sitka gear.
Hell no. We will.
I feel you, Tommy.
This with the code.
We're going to bring him into the dog side. Bring him into the real tree world.
the minimum code for the Sitka purchase is $2,000.
Yes, you do have to spend $2,000 to get 40% off. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's
Really?
no, but you should, because look at it this way: you spend $2,000, you're getting 40% off of that.
That's $800.
That's $800 you're saving.
I think that's worth more than all my camo gear together.
That's why we don't hang out with Dave.
That's why we don't hang out with Dave. Because he doesn't look cool and he can't.
I keep it real.
Listen.
I keep it real with the real people.
A, he doesn't look cool. B, he's too warm when he needs to be cool, and he's too cold when he needs to be warm. Sitka gear will not let you down like that. So, all right, send us the code Sitka4. You're going to get the hat, you're going to get the shirt, and a 40% off code.
This is the sound of a long episode. You ready? Bunk. There you go. Well, you guys been here for it. We're doing another enduro run, I guess. We're closing in on 2 hours. This is like 8 of Quentin shows.
All right. What else we got here?
Nothing.
So we got nothing in the bucket. All right. So we are getting close to that 2-hour mark. So we do want to start wrapping it up.
Nah, it's all in good fun, man. It's again, I'm busting balls, but it's very, very generous. I know I've said it.
You heard it. 3 hours, baby. He said, no, we're just busting balls. We're good. We're going on for another hour, everybody. I hope you're ready. And hope everybody didn't make any fucking plans.
You guys are on your own if we're doing that. I got to get ready for tomorrow, my man. I got to hang that tree stand.
What do you mean? We all got shit to do tomorrow, man.
I got shit to do. I got time for that.
Putting cases on all y'all.
All right, producer Chris, why don't you wrap it up, boy? Do your thing.
All right, so here we go. We are going to get into the last giveaway.
Oh, by the way, Tommy said best show he's ever listened to. So suck it, Dave.
Yeah. So how about that, Dave? Suck it. All right.
You two are so cute together, especially John off camera, just talking shit.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
It is.
He's got like 3 professions. You want shit built right? You want your community to run right? And you want the record set right. That's what John does.
What's the last giveaway?
The last giveaway.
All right. So the last giveaway is another 40% off code.
Nice.
From Sitka, which is a huge giveaway in and of itself. And must be 21 or older to win,
or 18 outside the continental U.S.
or 18 outside the continental U.S.
Okay.
We are going to give away an allocated bottle of bourbon that is our favorite,
top notch, straight from Frankfort, Kentucky, at the Buffalo Trace Distillery, which we've been to,
we have been to,
and talked to them about hunting rights.
We did. And actually, believe it or not, earlier in the year, I was thinking about applying for a job down in Kentucky because I could have probably gotten comparable pay and worked as the safety manager at the distillery. So, yeah. But anyway, Squatch, as requested, a bottle of Eagle Rare 10-year. All right. Good luck finding this. And if you do, good luck finding it for the MSRP. All right. This right here is my favorite. Well, it's one of my favorites.
Affordable.
It's good.
If anybody wants to know, this is my go-to for Friday nights on the show. I won't say daily drinker. If I don't drink every day, I drink Friday nights on the show. That's it. But this is it. This is if there was to be the official drink of Pursuit Live, this is it right here. An Eagle Rare 10-year shipped directly to you. You must be 21 years to win or older. So, Tommy, sorry. If you do win, we're not giving you the bottle. But in addition to this elusive bottle, a 40% off code, at Sitka.com.
Chris, I got something for you.
What else you got, John?
If they're wearing Sitka and they take a picture of them drinking the Eagle Rare, we should throw them something else. A little surprise beginning of season.
What are you thinking?
I am going to need a bathroom break if we keep going.
Well, just something. We'll think about it. A little
We'll
surprise.
think. All right, so we'll think about that.
With your first kill.
If you're drinking this bottle of Eagle Rare, while the winner, mind you, drinking this bottle of Eagle Rare, wearing Sitka purchased with your 40% off code, you send that picture to us. I tell you what, I'm going to send you a full set shirt, hat, decals of Only Bows gear.
There we go. That's what it is.
Fucking John in the back. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Everybody needs a hype man, bro.
That's exactly what he is.
Yo.
And we'll send you an Urban Pursuits hat.
Yeah, and we'll send you an Urban Pursuit hat. Why not? There you go. So you'll get an Urban Pursuit and Only Bows gear pack, provided the winner meets those requirements.
Absolutely. I'll back you up
Bingo.
for that, no doubt.
So,
Grand prize.
Code
Eagle1.
Eagle1 to Only Bows right now, and you'll be entered to win the Eagle Rare 10-year.
I can't keep the straight face anymore.
And the Sitka 40% off code. And if your first kill, you have a picture of this bottle with you wearing Sitka, we will send you, in addition, an Only Bows and Urban Pursuit gear pack.
We went from trying for Carbon TV to 3:00 in the morning on like Channel 4 QVC.
Dave, you're forgetting that we still have to tally up all the
I hate doing shit.
And still do.
You take your hype, man, and you guys can tally that shit up.
So, all right. With that, as we are getting to that 2-hour mark, as this was another fun show. I told everybody it was going to be a fun-filled night. Listen, 12 people are still live.
I don't know how or why. No, that last prize was legit. That was
not for nothing. The 12 of you that are still sitting here in the chat watching live, you guys are the reason we do this. All right, we love doing this. All right, I'm having fun. John's John, so it's whatever he's doing. He's doing.
Here's the hype, man. I give you that.
I'm trying to give away free shit to the people.
John's just trying to give away more of my shit. Just pick something else, right? Do you want to cheat?
Yeah.
You want to cheat?
Just give away to Tacoma. There you go, guys. You guys
who wants a fucking 2023 limited edition Tacoma? There's 7,000 of them in the world, and I have one. You want it? Okay, great. You want a leopard skin? I'll give you a leopard hide. What else do we got here? You want
a bottle of Bollinger, and you're fucking right in the rain to write it down every time you drink it.
Who wants a Pappy Van Winkle 15-year? Come on, we'll just give shit away, Dave. We'll do it all day. I'll do it live. So anyway,
I can't anymore. Wrap it the fuck up.
All right, so here's what I'm going to tell everybody. We are going to take about 10 or 15 minutes, and we do have to tally up all of the winners here. We have to get everybody written down. We have to get everything squared away. And then
Why don't you do it tomorrow? Give yourself some time.
No,
you got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, we got shit to do tomorrow, Dave. We got cameras to hang. I got sites to inspect. John has to go build shit. Not all of us can sit around like you and just have a weekend off.
Oh, I gotta hang out. I only work 40 hours a week. Oh,
yeah, I'm just. Some of us got shit to do, Dave. So we're gonna do this shit. Quentin said it. No, tonight. And if Quentin said it,
I got it.
No.
Yeah, I know. We normally do them in the same night. Everybody relax. I'm the captain now. Everybody relax. Yes, we're doing it tonight. We always do it during the same
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
That's right. We don't run this like
our listen, Tommy called it. Hell no. Tonight, baby. Make it interesting.
That's it.
All right. So there you go, everybody. We are going to wrap this up right now. Please stay by your phones. Stay ready, because we are going to come back within, I'm going to give it 15, at most 30 minutes.
Nah, 25.
You want to do that right on Instagram? Yeah, just do the
We'll do it right here. We'll do the same thing. We're gonna do it. We are gonna do all the drawings live. So everybody, stay tuned. We are gonna get right back on. Tell your friends. Tell everybody. This is it. We are gonna enter everybody. We're gonna get everything set up. Thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. I know if Rob was here, he would say the same thing. From our our guests, from Jimmy, Gloria. I'll speak for Kate because she's not here.
Yep.
The people on the Only Bows team, the people on the Urban Pursuit team, the people on the Mountain Man team who are, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. They're coming into the Only Bows team, but from everybody here at Pursuit Live.
And our sponsors. Thank
you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us week in and week out. You are the reason we do this. We don't make money doing this. We do it because we love to do it and we love to bring you what we're doing. All right. That's it. Like tonight. This is probably going to cost this
$400 a gear. Easy.
Dude, I'm giving away a bottle of Eagle Rare and
$500 a shit. Easy.
So we're giving away a bunch of shit that probably cost me, close to a day's salary. But anyway, so we're giving it away. Why? Because we're rooting for you. Just as you're rooting in the foothills. Just one time in the foothills.
Oh, you know the thing. Come on, man. All right, guys. Hang in there. We're going to tally up all the giveaways. We'll catch back with you guys soon. Thank you all for hanging in.
Yes. Thank you all for tuning in. Cheers. We'll be back shortly. If you're not watching the YouTube, you're not tuned into Only Bows, Urban Pursuit, or the Pursuit Live Facebooks, YouTubes, and Instagrams, please head over in this time, smash those follow and subscribe buttons. We'll be back very shortly with the winners, and we will be drawing them live. So with that, thank you all for tuning in. We've had a blast bringing you season 1 and season 2 and season 3. I know we said we would give some hints. We didn't give many hints, but to season 3, gentlemen.
That's it. Cheers, baby. Well done.
What are you drinking water now, Dave? You can't even cheers.
My cooler's empty. I only packed 4 of them for this show. I get more.
Well, you better fucking text real quick so you can get some more booze.
Bro, as soon as you hit that end button, I'm ready.
All right, with that, we'll see you all in a little bit. Please bear with us. We're going to get everything tallied up, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
All right.
As always, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you very shortly with the winners. Good night.